Number 8, Darth Sidious versus Maul and Savage Opress from the Clone Wars. Now, this duel, it's epic. The setting is great. Maul overthrowing a government and taking control of a planet. That's basically how everything has started, because he just kills Pre Vizsla and he's ruling Mandalore now and all of that. So drama's really high, but Palpatine knows that he has to subdue Maul before he rises up again. So Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, goes there to confront Maul and his brother Savage. There's a lot of anguish and hatred for Sidious, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter how pissed off Maul is and how much him and his brother want to kill Sidious. Throughout the entire duel, Darth Sidious is just toying with them. He's enjoying the adrenaline rush. I mean, he could totally kick their ass anytime he wanted to, but he's just playing with them. And he's enjoying it. He's smiling. And, it's cool to see Darth Sidious have 2 sabers here as well. Some fans are like, since when did Darth Sidious have 2 lightsabers? Since when did Emperor Palpatine have 2 lightsabers? Like, come on. He's the most powerful guy in the galaxy. He's manipulative. He's meticulous with what he's doing, taking over the galaxy. He's smart. I'm pretty sure he can get sabers whenever he wants. He's the most powerful guy in the galaxy. It comes down to the end where Savage is killed and Darth Sidious is just gleaming with excitement after he viciously stabs 2 red blades straight through Savage's stomach. It's a pretty gruesome shot for Star Wars. And then Maul then tries to avenge his brother, but it's to no avail. Sidious's power is truly seen here in this duel, as he just toys with Savage Opress and Maul throughout the entire fight. And Sidious, he's just absolutely hysterical as he fights. He knows he can end them whenever he wants. The combat is great as well. I mean, it's extremely fast paced, it's fun, the setting's great, it's intense. And, eventually Sidious just takes Maul prisoner after Savage is killed. Beyond that, I'm not sure what happens to Maul once Sidious imprisons him. I don't really know why he doesn't kill Maul there, but we know Maul eventually survives, as we saw Rebels, the ending to Season 2, that Maul returned. So we know whatever happened, he survived it after he lost to Sidious. But, it's just a great duel. Darth Sidious is fucking badass in this duel. It's a fun duel, and it's pretty sadistic how much fun Darth Sidious has as he kills Savage Opress. But yeah, I really love this duel. Alright, now number 7 on the list, Count Dooku versus Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, this is a unique scenario, as this duel takes place at the beginning of the film, unlike the other movies where the saber duel usually happens near the conclusion of the film. Obi-Wan and Anakin, basically we all know, they're aboard the separatist space vessel known as the Invisible Hand. I think that's Grievous's usual ship, if I'm not mistaken. And after making their way within the hangar, moments before landing, they're flying through a fucking war zone. There's blasts, crossfire everywhere. Obi-Wan and Anakin, they're beginning their rescue attempt of the Chancellor. Chancellor Palpatine, he set this up to provide Anakin another shot at dueling Dooku to see if he can kill him and take his place as Palpatine's apprentice. That's basically this whole meticulous, maniacal plan, Once they finally arrive to where the Chancellor is being held hostage, Obi-Wan and Anakin, they see him latched onto the seat in front of the massive window, and it really resembles the imagery of the Emperor in the throne room from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, so it's great mirroring here, a lot of great iconic imagery. Once Obi-Wan and Anakin talk with the Chancellor briefly, Count Dooku enters. He flips over the platform elegantly, it's Christopher Lee, he's very elegant. Rest in peace, Christopher Lee. So Count Dooku, he flips over the platform elegantly, he readies for his duel. Your swords, please. And then Obi-Wan's like, you won't get away this time, Dooku, and this time we'll go in together, Anakin. And Anakin's like, I was just about to say that. So, I like the dialogue. I really like the dialogue. It's very calm. It's very elegant. It's very royal, but prestigious, especially when Count Dooku's in the house, but I really like it. Throughout the bout, it builds up great suspense to the ending of the fight, where Anakin will be tempted to commit a Sith-like action. After Count Dooku overpowers Obi-Wan, force choking him and launching him to steel before dropping the platform on top of his body, Anakin really begins to engage Dooku in a one-on-one contest. Dooku is still very confident. You know, he's master. He's just a master at defense and swordsmanship. But he acknowledges the hate and anger within Anakin and tells him that he does not use it. You have hate, you have anger, but you don't use it. Anakin, he remains silent, and he just begins to unload in an array of offensive maneuvers, building up to his victory as the bout heads towards the Chancellor. Dooku, being a masterful defensive duelist, is not overwhelmed by the vicious and powerful strikes that is released upon him, but he is outfenced. As Anakin gridlocks his saber with Dooku's saber and twists it around to cut off both of Dooku's hands, he then takes a hold of Dooku's red saber and stands over Dooku with vengeance in his eyes as he puts both sabers around Dooku's neck. And this duel right here really sets the tone for the entire movie. It's like the wavelength throughout the entire movie right after he chops off Dooku's head. Palpatine, to Count Dooku's surprise, is pleased with this and congratulates Anakin. Then he tells Anakin to finish him. Dooku is flabbergasted. He's like, what? But he's not the type to beg for mercy, you know. And then he accepts his fate. His head's chopped off. Anakin is confused and does not completely justify his actions. Palpatine does justify his actions, knowing that this will help Anakin transition to the Sith later in the movie, and tells him that it is just natural to want revenge, Anakin. You know, he chopped off your arm, you know, whatnot. Remember the Sand People, what you did to them? It's a great duel with Palpatine overseeing it, which foreshadows another duel he will oversee in the future. The dialogue in between the action is splendid. The one-on-one clashing between Dooku and Anakin is magnificent. It's really great swordsmanship as it leads up to Anakin's decision whether to kill an unarmed prisoner, which is against the Jedi way, or to place Dooku under arrest. So it's a great fight to kickstart the story in Revenge of the Sith. It sets the tone, that wavelength perfectly, you know. This is really when Anakin starts to fall to the Sith. You know, this is really where it starts. You know, after watching how Anakin is handled by Dooku at the end of Attack of the Clones, the duel between the two and Revenge of the Sith truly shows how much powerful Anakin has grown as he's fought throughout the Clone Wars. So, I love it. I love everything about the duel. It's great.